Hello and welcome to Jujutsu Kai Quest. I'm Jim.
I'm Sam.
And today we are talking about episode 17 of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
What's it called? Maki Fight?
Yeah, it should be, but it's called Kyoto Sisters School Goodwill Event Team Battle Part 3.
Okay, maybe we can stop saying the title of these episodes because they're all just the same, long sentence.
It's the Maki episode and others.
So if you're joining us for the first time here, hello and welcome. We are a Jujutsu Kai... we are two men, two human males. We are talking about the Jujutsu Kaisen anime, going episode by episode.
Don't assume my gender.
I know you. For the time being, we're two males talking about Jujutsu Kaisen. So naturally, we're very into the episode where the girls fight each other.
Sure.
Kidding.
I mean, as maybe listen to this, you know, I'm a big Maki stan, so I'm very pleased from this episode.
Maki is the best character in the show.
Yes.
Hands down.
Who cares about our main character when we could have Maki just has so much more to gain to lose?
You're joking,
I'm
but
not.
I fucking agree. Like, Maki's...
Your Megumi and Maki adventures would be good to go for the rest of the show.
Maki is, also similar to Yuji, overpowered. Because Yuji's whole thing, the reason why he's even, able to survive the finger treatment is because he's so strong. But Maki is strong in a way that is also putting her at a big disadvantage in the universe.
Yes,
so
she's
cool.
also being held back so she doesn't rank up for a reason
which is also really cool.
Yeah,
I like this idea that there's politics because they just recently told us about that in the series. I think it was 2 episodes ago.
The clans.
Yeah, that basically you need, if you want to get put up a rank of being a sorcerer.
You need recommendations.
Yeah, you need 4. So it's really hard to get 4.
So she's trying to get her name out there, so it'd be harder for her clan to cuck her at every point.
So yeah, and just going over the episode really quick. At the beginning of the episode, she finally faces off with Miwa.
Yes.
The blue-haired swords girl.
Kasumi.
Is her name Kasumi?
Yes.
Her name's Miwa.
I think her last name is probably Miwa.
Whatever, I'm calling her Miwa. Just in 13
Kasumi
Sentinels.
Miwa is her name, Jim.
Kasumi-wa.
Mm-hmm. Or Miwa Kasumi.
Miwa Kasumi, as you would say in America land.
Sure.
So, she is pretty cool too. She got a sword.
She basically has a parry stance of if you enter my simple domain of the shadow, I'll charge up my sheath sword. You're done, kind of thing.
It's very similar to I think she described it as an auto attack basically. Killua in this is in the Chimera Ant arc. It's not really a spoiler, but character Killua, he has a very similar ability that he uses once or twice, where basically he just gets ready and auto attacks the first thing that comes into range.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much like that. But
Maki's too good.
Maki is so good. And so as they're fighting, because the last episode left us off on a cliffhanger, and this one is right into their fight, and Miwa already says if Maki was using a real sword, I would have died 2 times already.
The fact that she's swinging this fucking spear around with trees and not hitting anything is fucking amazing.
It's so sick.
There's no way she's a 4th grade. She should be an at least 2. She said.
Yeah, she's so strong and so cool, and the animation here is just fucking awesome.
Jim literally rewound at the end of the episode and watched it again.
Yeah, I forced Sam to sit there and watch it again because I was
Don't force me. I enjoy seeing more Maki.
There's one cut of animation in particular that is still in my brain.
When she breaks this, she has a cool thing when she's sitting in her camping spot. So for her to come after her, she breaks the spear, throws half of it at her, and then runs up the kunai as well, and then
That was cool, but that's not even it. The part that is in my head is the little cut where Miwa gets launched into the water, and then she lifts her head out of the water and her hair flies back, and it was just animated so well for some reason. It was so I'm such a any moment that is given all that attention for animation, it always I don't know, draws me in. I'm always oh, they really spent the time. I really feel that character was moving. It was awesome.
That's just the whole part is fucking great, and it kind of oh man, they peaked right here, and then
Maki's just ability or her willingness to just break her own weapon to launch into a trick attack is so good, and
because she's okay, this is definitely something she's playing an ability for me to get close to her with my spear. I'm literally just gonna throw half of it and the kunai, and then get in there and disarm her, and then win essentially because you're gonna have the sword.
Yeah, I feel I've been spoiled with this because this is the kind of fight that would have taken double the amount of time if it would have actually done like normal. Because normally in anime, they spend so much time in the characters' heads and they're like planning each other's attacks and figuring out the moves. But in this, it was just like Maki doesn't say anything. Maki just reacts and breaks her weapon.
Like,
We don't even know what her plan
because
is at first. It's awesome.
Which is the thing, yeah, because Maki's a character we want to win because we want that entire team to win. And the fact that we're getting like the mental thoughts of like the opponent that we want to see lose, even though I like her, I like Miwa.
Yeah.
It just like is so interesting.
It was really fun, and I love how just quick it's like, because they build up this fight, and like they'd already shown Miwa's power a bit, so like the fact that they just like, all right, let's just get this out of the way.
Because the only time I get the like really Maki thought is like when she's like, oh, she's planning something. I'm just gonna like get close to her by making her out, making her use her weapon because she's obviously like charging up something.
Yeah. And the fact that she steals the sword, so she uses a Kido, which is also great. She fucking flips her, steals her sword, and uses the sword later on in the second half of the episode. It was awesome. I loved how quick this wrapped up. It was so sick.
So yeah, it also like cuts into the teachers and saying like, "Yo, you gotta stop holding." It's basically like she's getting held back. She should be like graduating essentially. And we have a new character, the money lady.
Yeah, she's got like a side braid. She's white hair with a side braid, and her ability seems to be that she can like use animals to like.
Her name is Mei Mei.
Mei Mei.
Meimei.
Oh,
Two names.
Not like the word meme.
No, but she can like see through animals. She had like crows that are cameras essentially, but they can't see the Yuji's fight at all. As that's the one thing they mention.
Yuji's fighting what's his name?
The
Toga?
big dude.
His name's not Toga, is it? That's from Yu Yu Hakusho.
But yeah, he's fighting him, and they're having their bro down, hoedown. I
actually really want to revisit that.
I know,
one too.
same. That was very good. Him and the whole like, because last time we thought he had that huge thought of him like being best friends with him.
That scene was really good,
and kind of teaching him how to like use his abilities more.
Yeah, I'm so mad at this show. I'm actually angry at Jujutsu Kaisen. Why did it wait for the third arc to get really good?
It's weird. I know, it's weird that like we had to go through the character like faking his death essentially and hiding it with another arc, and then like going into this like. All these side characters that we're going to be introduced to for mostly in the long haul scene, because these are like the two most important squads that are going to definitely, because they're so intersected now, like especially with Panda and Mekamaru and like, and I'm going to suit that and
just even not to get too far ahead, but just even the way that the Maki Mai fight wraps up, it really feels like okay, these characters are going to end up teaming up like really soon.
And especially with like the Panda fight, it's like okay, he's definitely going to try to be friends with Mekamaru now and like all that stuff. The only ones that are like, you know, most hesitant to not be part of them are like Mai and the witch girl. So yeah, we kind of cut back to is Momo versus Nobara. And
which I was like, okay, yawn. I don't care about Nobara. She's not great, but she freaking won me over a little bit.
She finally got her better arc other than Neighbor moved away.
It took so long for them to just give her a moment that I cared
Momo
about.
is such a fucking like smug bitch too.
So okay, I actually want to kind of revisit their conversation.
She's just
here.
like a Mai fangirl.
Basically,
she's a Mai simp.
So basically. We get a lot of backstory for Mai and Maki in this episode, but this conversation they have basically, it seems that the women in the, what are they? The Hidden Village, Hidden Leaf Clan, what are they called?
In Mai's clan?
Yeah, they're called like Q-ni or something. It's like Q apostrophe something. Whatever. Maki and Mai's clan, apparently women are like...
The Zenin family.
The Zenin, there we go. Maybe it wasn't a Q, I guess.
No. You're thinking of Q-Taro we had before the part 3 episode.
Oh my god, you just dated this in the weirdest way.
I know, I did.
So we get like this backstory that the women of this tribe or clan or whatever they say are basically not treated as fairly as men. Like they're not considered capable as men.
They're treated poorly.
Thing. And so the fact that Maki stands up and like says fuck this and decides to carve her own path.
She's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm leaving. I'm gonna come back. I'll be the head of this family essentially, and just be like, yeah. But she's like, oh, Maya has nothing to do with this, though.
So it's really funny then that Momo's whole character arc, or her whole thing in this episode is like this respect for Maki, or no, sorry,
Mai.
Mai, even though later on we learn that Mai is only doing this because she has to. Like,
Yeah.
she's basically being forced to do this because
She hates her
Maki.
sister, and like yeah, Maki's like what she did is forcing her to be doing this as well. She doesn't even
Exactly.
want to be a hunter or a sorcerer,
Hunter x Hunter, stand user.
stand user,
So
a gun user.
I thought that was really interesting. That like, I wonder why Momo doesn't care as much about Maki. I guess she probably just on the same side as mine, is like angry at Maki for for stepping out of her place.
She probably knew, she knew Mai more, and Mai just does nothing, as we've seen in flashbacks, talk shit about her, because when we cut to it earlier when she was having I think one of the first scene of the episode before the actual show, the fight, where she's like, oh yeah, my sister, she's weak, she's not good at fighting
Yeah.
at all, like, you can take her easily kind of thing, where she's talking her down, like, and she was lying, she's bullshit, she's gonna kick my ass, like, this is not even gonna be close.
Yeah, it's really funny because I was under the when they were introduced her, I was under the impression that Mai was the older sister,
Yeah.
just because of like her demeanor. But like, no,
Maki.
it is not that at all. Like Maki even makes a joke about "Don't call me
It's a
Oni-chan."
it's a Tatsumaki blizzard
Hurricane
thing going
or
here.
Blizzard, yeah,
So
yeah, that flips your expectation.
pretty much. So yeah, then they had basically their fight. Has like curse wind essentially. That's how she flies a lot. It basically flies and it can basically hits her with like the wind that like would have like fucked her up and like almost like, cut her skin and everything.
Yeah, I think she said like she was like launching like pebbles and debris at her.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, in male society, like a scar would be like awesome, but like in women's society, it's a flaw, and just like all in that trash talk. But then like Navarro does like a fucking great speech back at her.
Yeah, I really like this speech. This speech
I'm
endeared
just
me
being
to this
like,
character.
I like to dress up. I like to show my strength. Like I'm proud to be me, and it's so good.
So basically, like, what I really like about this speech is Momo is like basically saying like, here's how things are, like fuck you.
This is how the world is.
Yeah, this is how the world is. And then Nobara's like, I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit how the world is. Like, I'm going to carve my own path. Like, I'm going to do what makes me happy.
Yeah.
I don't care about like gender roles. I don't care about
She's like, yeah,
expectations.
I like to, I have fun dressing up. I have fun showing off my strength.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I'm going.
Which I do like this.
Yes.
I really do like
She
this.
needed this.
This character development because it's really interesting pairing those two characters off because Momo seems to be very like in the same like mental state or like kind of mentality of Maki like or the Maki's tribe where it's like there is like a sort of prejudice against like gender, I guess. Like they
Yeah.
have this like expectation. There's a sexist
or
notion.
at least my like just kind of like like gaslit her into believing this.
Like the thing is that like Mai and Momo have like more so Mai have like internalized this message from the
Yeah.
clan that like women shouldn't be like super sorcerers, and that's the thing too. Like that she even says she's like, why don't you just stay? Like Maki, why do you want to do this? Just stay with me. Like just stay at the bottom. Like
Yeah.
we don't need to. Like things are fine. We don't need to get better.
Yeah.
But Maki's like, fuck that. I'm gonna become the freaking clan leader. I love this.
Yeah.
I fucking love this.
At the same time, she's worried. Oh wait, I'm not worried about her, but the speech user Toga could be nearby, ready to tell me to like
Blow your brains out.
blow your brains out or fall off your broom. But and, like, so it also cuts away to like the bow dude. I don't feel like looking at his name, but he said like, oh, you
Yeah.
can use your energy to cover up your ears to avoid. So that's why they're a threat when you don't know they're there. But if you know they're coming, they're not a threat.
Which this also very much reminded me of Hunter x Hunter.
So now we know he's gonna be nerfed whenever he comes in and gets like KO'd very easily.
Who,
Like,
the speech guy?
Toga, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of reminded me of Hunter x Hunter because like they showed the energy like around their ears because in Hunter x Hunter they can use like they can like focus
Yeah,
their
they use
their what is it called,
enhance their
the Nen
senses,
energy, yeah, to like in their eyes or whatever.
But this is more of like you could do your energy earplugs instead.
Yeah, it just to me like whenever things like this show up in the story, I'm just like, okay, so curse energy is just chi. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing like it is just Nen. It is just the generic energy.
So yeah, that's just that. But we get like what would have been the best animated thing if it wasn't for the Maki stuff was when Nobara uses all the nails she launches in the trees to just blow up like all the trees and like this to get and like she uses her nails like on the trees to make like a step like step ladder,
Mhm.
and like grabs like her broom to use her straw doll to like literally just negate her power.
Yeah, I really like that she,
The
like you, because like I could tell that she grabbed like the bristle,
Yeah.
and I thought that was really clever.
My favorite thing though, she's like, huh, if I use my hammer, I'll probably kill her. So she puts like a toy hammer, like a squeak hammer, and it hits her like once and about to hit her again to KO her, and then she gets third partied by Mai and knocked out
Yeah,
by a rubber bullet.
Yeah, I was very shocked at first. Like, wait, why didn't her
I
head explode?
I find it hilarious they had to keep saying rubber bullet to assume that Mai didn't just fucking murder them.
Murder Nobara off screen. We just don't see her body. But so yeah, then like the final battle, we have like Maki and Mai, and like we learn. I guess the pretty big thing with Jujutsu sorcerer power, curse power is like there's like the whole domain stuff and like all that stuff, but there's also a thing called a construction.
Yeah, well, that's her power. So
So-
so Mai and Maki face off, and Maki's just basically trying to get her to use all her 6 shots until she has to reload.
Very clever scene. I really like this scene.
So yeah, right as she fires 6 shots, she runs in, but she didn't, because Mai never told her power, which is like you said, creation, which is he can use her cursed energy to make matter essentially. But it takes a lot out of you, and she can only make 1 bullet a day, and she used that 7th bullet to shoot Maki. But Maki, being the absolute Chad she is, grabs the bullet with her fucking hand.
So wait, do we? I'm just remembering this now. Do we like know why she was able to catch the bullet?
No.
didn't
She's just that
She's just
fucking
that good.
She has that much of a Chad energy to like literally grab it and just be like pathetic.
Because we do learn later, because like her whole thing is that Maki was born with no curse energy. That was like the heaven fact.
Can't
or
see it.
whatever.
That's why as her the kid, like
Yeah.
Maya said there's a demon right there, and she would grab her hand and walk her away, like because she couldn't see it, had no fear about it.
Which is really cool, and it explains like or well, it doesn't explain, but it shows like the relationship they have and how devastating that would be for Mai to lose your sister.
Yes,
But we also are told in that scene that Maki just, to compensate for not having curse energy, she just superhuman strength.
yeah,
Basically.
I think it's like a pact or something she had.
I think it's called a Heaven's Pact.
Heavenly restriction, like Mekamaru has. Where
It's like the reverse of a pact. It's like a pact that you can't make.
They said it was like Mekamaru who had a pact because he has no body, essentially.
Yeah, I think it's called a heaven restriction or whatever, because it's like it happens to you like when you're born, like before you're born, basically. So it's a pact that you don't have like any say into.
Yes. So yeah, this is why, because like it increases all her like physical abilities. So basically, she's all physical, no magic. There's no stats in magic, just all in strength and like agility.
Yeah.
But yeah, she doesn't need it though. She's so fucking cool.
She's like Pokemon Gen 1, and then everyone else is like Pokemon Gen 5.
Like I said, that she has the Rocket League effect, which is the anti-power system person is just so fucking cool, and like you want to root for them because they go against everything the manga has like built up to be.
Yeah, and it's so hype to see someone who's like put the work in and like really learn their shit.
You have our main character who is just guy who got power because he ate a powerful demon's finger, and that's like the main reason why he's the strongest.
Didn't earn it. He didn't fucking earn anything.
And then we have a girl who's fucking trying to stop her fucking clan from being just like terrible, and wants to like show how powerful she is even without this fucking sorcerer power that everybody else has. And like I want to root for her more.
I know, it makes me so excited to see what Maki will do in the future. Like every time Maki's not on screen, I'm going to be asking, where is Maki?
So you want to see what Maki wants to do? We want to see what Panda's third power is.
Yes. He's slowly, I don't know that mangaka's name, but he's slowly dropping the seeds of things like, that are going to pay off.
The funny thing is, like, Panda, like, actually, he feels like the third member, like, more than, like, anybody, like, on, like, he's, like, more so with, like, Nobara and everybody there, more so than, like, the other team.
There's one other thing, too. In the background, we see, or in the one scene where the teachers are all talking to each other, we see that there's like a way that they keep score.
Oh yeah, because all the little curses have like a seal on them, and whoever's like registered, like the registered like aura kills it, it'll be lit up a color like red or blue, and then like it'll go gray if like a third. Like,
I think what they said was because Maki doesn't have aura, if it's killed by Maki, it will also burn red. They made a notion because like Maki doesn't have energy.
So. If it's killed by a car, it'll glow like a different color as well. So, yeah, and then Maki beats Mai, and that's basically the end of that.
It was pretty sick.
Mai still hates her.
the scene where like the animation was incredible in this episode. Like when what's her face Maki slices the bullet, I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
she did the
fucking
thing.
cool.
Did the thing.
Yeah.
Cut that bullet.
That whole scene of her baiting out the bullets too was really cool. Like,
Like she had, you see,
conceptually
you see a
love it.
shot. She goes behind like a rock, and there's like a stick right there. Like, okay, she's gonna use that stick and everything as diversion, and she did, and it's just so cool.
It was just so there was so much tension. It was so
Maki is
cool.
best. Don't at me because it's true.
I feel like a lot of people probably agree with
Yeah,
me.
I think they better.
I like Maki way more than like any other character in this.
Also, it's just funny how like because the school we know with like Maki and everybody are just like so much better and close together that you see like even like in the at the end credit Jujutsu like scroll thing how like the other ones are just not close at all. Like Mekamaru's not really that close because all the girls just kind of use him for the most part. At least Mai and Momo do.
It's really there's kind of a weird like dissonance of like
Momo and Mai are like their own little clique.
Yeah, like having these scenes where we're showing our character, like showing these characters trying to be a like buddy,
like
like
Miwa's
ours
like
are,
tortured.
but they're the villains.
Like Miwa's like tortured by them all because Miwa's the only one we've seen like before, other than the mean ones. Even our punchy boy is like most likable one, but he's like not friends with any of them like in the team. He's more he has a new best friend now.
I'm really interested to see what they actually do with Mai. Because
he still hates her at the end because he still calls her a liar and everything.
I could see Mai being like maybe used as like an arc villain later.
Yeah,
like an underling kind of teaming up with like a really strong. Because that's kind of her point. I feel like she's weak. Like,
we're still stuck with those 4 or 5 villains that we're gonna be stuck with for a long time, especially if they don't want to start killing them off as the arcs go by.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Unless Gojo shows up and just fucking kills like 4 of them except for the human guy.
Ah, that'd be so sick. If he actually did that, I would be so fine with that.
No, the guy with the only human one, I think. The human one, I know one was probably going to show up in this arc because OP is an OP. It's going to show everything.
Oh, is it the
plant one?
The plant guy, yeah.
Yeah, so.
All right, and with that, I think we gone on long enough.
Very good.
Probably my favorite, I think the best episode of the series so far.
I think so as well. Maki is best. Do not warp her face on your thumbnails.
Oh, I will. I'm going to warp her face real.
No, you keep her, but you warp like Nobara in like a separate section. You keep Maki alone.
Actually, for the one with, I think it was 2 episodes ago, with the big buff muscly guy whose name I forget, his for the thumbnail for him, I put the image of him like crying, but I didn't change it at all, so it's the only one that's not like warped, like liquefied.
Why?
Because I thought it'd be funny. Because I just called it like amazing or something.
Amazing.
Because that was like my favorite episode up until now. Because that was such a funny gag.
He was very good.
All right, and on that note, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
His name is Toto.
Toto the dog.
I think it's Toto. Oh fuck!
Toga?
I clicked on an ad.
I said T. Toga's from
I know that the band that made Africa.
Yes, Toto, the band that made the continent.
You almost said country.
The country. I did not say country.
You almost did.
Shut your fucking mouth. All right. Thank you so much for watching. We are Jokakaka. We do
you're doing
a
the plugs.
JoJolian podcast. Check it out. Part 8 of JoJo. We have another series crusading through Part 3. Where we're reading through the Part 3 manga arc by arc. Check it out. There's follow us on Twitter. I'm at King Protus. Follow the podcast at Jokakaka Podcast.
Follow me at Gokaikun if you want as well.
And remember to like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment. Do you like Nobara? Is Nobara good or bad? Do you like Maki or Nobara more?
Is Maki the queen? Say yes. Only comment yes. Because it's true.
Only comment yes. All right.
Well, Jim, not bad in your plugs though. There.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
You've been pretty quick. You gotta fumble and fuck around like I do.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him done with as soon as possible. All right. On that note, I think.
Thank you all for listening. Then
Goodbye.
Goodbye.